What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ajen back again for another Outerplane video. And for today, it's the usual should you summon video because after the update, we will be getting a new character which is Eris. Finally, Eris skill set are here. So let's go ahead and check this one out if whether she's going to be good or not. It was delayed. The patch notes was delayed. I talked about this one yesterday, but fortunately, it's already here. So, new hero Eris, the irregular hunter Eris who inflicts debuffs on enemies and deals powerful damage to debuff enemies. Fire element, striker, and then attacker. So, DPS character. Her skill 1, know your place. At skill enhanced level 5, attacks an enemy has a 100% chance to decrease the cooldown of your fired by 1 turn. Your fired is the skill 2. Skill 1 has the burst skill here. Burst skill level 1, 80. Burst skill level 2, 120. And then burst skill level 3, 160. Pretty okay-ish because of this one is not the cheapest one. The cheapest one is something around Demi-Blood burst skills. But this activation point is second to that one in terms of cheapness. Burst skill level 1, weakness gauge decrease plus 1. So this one made for PvE stops because you cannot reduce. There's no weakness gauge bar on PvP. Burn plus 2 turns. Okay, ignores resilience. And then burst skill level 2, bleeding plus 2 turns, ignore resilience. And then burst skill level 3, it becomes AoE. Detonate, bleeding, and burn, ruthless performance review reset. So she is a burn debuffer and also bleed debuffer. 2 debuffs in one. This one is kind of unique because normally this type of debuffers only focuses on one type of debuff. Like if you're a burn debuffer, most of your skill sets are just a burn debuff. And if you're a bleed debuffer, you're just going to be a bleed debuff. But they compress 2 DOT debuffs into one character, which is nice, especially for PvE stops. So skill 2, you're fired. It has a 4 turns cooldown. At skill enhanced level 5, it has a passive effect and it has an active effect. So at the start of the battle, inflicts burn on the fastest enemy for 2 turns. Ignoring resilience. Maybe this one is will be good against Monad Iota and Demi-Blada. Because imagine guys, having at the start of the battle, right? You're going to be inflicting burn. If you inflict burn, and then if you inflict the poison, the corrosive poison from Gibela, and then you inflict the domination bleed, what is it called from oh fuck, my game crashed. If you have the bleeding debuff from Gbet at the start of the battle, maybe you can already one-shot those pass openers. Because they all ignore resilience. You cannot resist that one. So you're going to be inflicted by that one. That's my understanding here. So at the start of battle, inflicts burn on the fastest enemy for 2 turns. Wait. No, let's just restart that one. This one needs to be tested. I'm going to be having some fun play testing her in arena because I really want to play test that one. Burn plus corrosive poison plus that debuff from Gbet is already bonkers. Because if you're very squishy and you don't have that much HP, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Yeah, you're gonna die turn 1. Which makes her a little bit interesting in my honest opinion. And then the skill 2 has active effect. Attacks an enemy, damage increases by 20% for every debuff the target has. After attacking, increases the damage of ally strikers by 20% and increases the damage of your fired by 20%. max 3 stacks. When attacking a regular monster, increase all damage by 50%. So this one, she buffs her striker allies only, which is kind of sad. But there is a good thing about that one because she's by having her on the team, she's not going to be overpowering the likes of Demi Luna, Monad Iota, which is nice because of they're already too broken. They already have lots of supports, so it's really bad in my honest opinion if she's going to be supporting them, making them more powerful. Because they're already OP. If she already supports all types of characters, then yeah, it's going to be too much. So there they put some restriction on her buff. So to buff only strikers because strikers lately there's really not much good strikers now. Those are dominated by mage and then the rangers. Maybe striker is the bottom one. I can see some usage for defenders, for tanking purposes, for turn 2 purposes, and also healers are also really used, like Demi Delta, Nela, and then Mono Deba. But for the strikers, I don't really see them much in today's meta. Maybe a few D Stella, but that's it. That's it. That's the only character that the striker character that I really saw in Arena. Okay, moving on. Skill 3 Ruthless Performance Review. At skill enhance level 5, before using the skill, inflicts burn and bleeding on all enemies for 3 turns, then attacks. Ignores resilience. Damage increases by 20% for every 1 debuff the target has. And if the target is a boss, ignores 30% of defense. When attacking a regular monster, gains an extra turn. Now, what I don't really like about this one is that the defense penetration is only tied to boss target. Maybe this one would be really good if it does not have any restriction. Just add the permanent defense penetration on her skill set, then we're Gucci. Would be really good for PvP also if she can get a turn. Right, she can nuke because she is a striker attacker, so you can expect some really nice DPS output for her. So maybe we can only see that one against bosses in PvE, but in PvP we need to play test this one whether this one would be good or not. But I'm really excited for this one because of her skill 2. And this one is the thing that I'm really excited for: the burn plus the corrosive poison plus the what do you call is that one from Gbet. What is that called? Eternal bleeding, yeah. Because this one procs at the start of the turn. When does burn procs? When does burn procs? At the start of the turn also. Yeah, so burn plus that one, the eternal bleeding from Gbet, is already bonkers. Then what about for GBL? The one for GBL, the corrosive poison. At the start of the turn also, corrosive poison deals damage proportional to the caster's max HP at the start of the turn. So 3 debuffs going to get nuke your opener. That one is going to be tasty. Omega Nadia will increase. Omega Nadia stacks going to be up because she can cancel those what do you call this? She can cancel those debuffs. Buff debuff duration are reduced by 2 turns. But that only applies when the irregular infection effect triggers. So how does that trigger? But yeah, I'm really excited for Eris. Let's see the rest of the skill set. The Transcendence. Transcendence, 4 star, ally critical damage, 4%. And then chain passive weakness gauge reduction +1. Okay, they've added this chain passive weakness gauge reduction. 5 star, burst skill level 3. Then 6 star, another critical damage. Now, for the exclusive equipment, normally you get all striker allies critical damage +50%. Okay. And then at +10, after using Ruthless Performance Review, that's the skill tree, enemy cannot counter attack, revenge, swift response immediate after attack. Now, this one is pretty much mandatory if you're planning to use her on PvP. Yeah, because of if you're planning to use her on PvP, if she uses the skill tree, that one, and you trigger the, she can already trigger something like the counter proc from other allies like Nela, especially Monad Eva. Monad Eva will just cleanse those debuff that she will put. So I'm glad that we have a normal standard character that does not need to be a premium character to have this kind of protection, but at the cost of +10 exclusive equipment. This one is expensive. Why is it expensive? Because of the materials needed to upgrade your exclusive equipment are kind of rare. But during this new update, we will be able to get more of those, which is nice. I will be talking about the patch update on a separate video as per usual. So yeah, Eris is looking pretty good, but it turns out that she's not a counter attacker. Like if you seen the roadmap from in Outerpedia, the previous one, the roadmap for the year 2026 for Outerplane, they featured Eris there. I believe Eris was supposed to be a counter attacker, but there's no counter attack to her skill set. Only debuffs and buffs, but there's no counter attack. Maybe that's the thing that they changed from her. But on paper, I'm really excited for her. I'm really excited for the skill to play test that one, because that one is a really good counter to annoying openers like Monad Iota, Demi Blada, and maybe that one is those debuffs are good enough to counter them. I don't know. I need to play test them, but it gives me some positive feedback, positive vibes to look forward to getting Eris when the update launch. By the way, when is the update? They did not specify. It's mid-March. Mid-March. Okay, that's it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you could help me grow my channel more. And thank you to everyone who are supporting my channel. I appreciate every one of you. Until next time, peace.